Hi, happy New Year's Eve morning. I'm going on to part 40. My goal today is to finish my story on my spiritual journey, sowing the seeds of love. I thought I'd do a filter this time. I like it. It's cool. I like it how it blurs in the background. It looks really, really cool. I like it. So I left off where I'm talking about I've been sharing a place with my daughter and son-in-law and now 3 grandchildren since my oldest granddaughter, who's going to be 10 on the 7th of January, since she was about a year old, I think about a year, maybe a year and a half old. And when they were having some problems, my daughter, and I look back and it might not have been the best decision because 10 years 10, 11 years later, I'm still in this situation, and to help them because my daughter has a disability and she has schizophrenia, and fortunately, I hate to say fortunately, but she's not physically assaultive to the kids, to the babies, or to her husband, but she's she can get that way with me. And I was talking about a situation where my granddaughters saw her just totally kicking my ass, and it broke my heart, because I've never wanted any child to grow up like I grew up, seeing what I saw and the things that happened to me when I was little, when I was a kid. And prior to that, I was talking about, ending a relationship. Before that relationship ended, before I had the talk with him about, maybe we should just be friends, and then it got all ugly. But it was actually around the time that he got into my Facebook and was posting my the videos I had sent to him, and I ended up getting kicked off of Facebook for violating community standards, even though for nudity, and even though I didn't post those, he was doing all that, and like I had ended that last video, or the one before that, around that time, towards the end, when I was just like, if he's doing it, I'm going to, so I opened myself up, and I got a message from another famous person, very handsome, and I'm like, is this really you? Because he's about my age, around 60, and I've loved his movies. He's mostly been in movies, and very popular, very good actor, and and after getting to know him, becoming friends, and then after probably, I think it might have been close to maybe 3 weeks to, it was probably about a month, maybe a little bit over a month, he let me know that he had fallen in love with me, and asked me if I would be his girlfriend. And I was like, fuck yeah. And, you know, and that just opened the gates. And, you know, I guess I still hadn't learned my lesson about giving too much. But, you know, as soon as I agreed, he said, yeah, I'll be your girlfriend, you know. And then he was like, okay, I want you to come out here to LA, and I want you to stay with me I want you to stay with me. And, you know, basically, you know, he wanted to help me. And then, you know, and then he said, you know, he asked me, what's your all-time favorite car? And I told him a Nissan Juke, and that I had been manifesting that. And so he sent me a picture of this gorgeous red, brand new Nissan Juke. And then he was letting me know that he bought it. He bought it for me. And then he was like, what size shoe do you wear? And, you know, send me a current picture, because, you know, the holidays are coming up, and I want to, you know, we're going to have a party. Just all this, you know, I'm like, a part of me's like, this is maybe just a little too good to be true. But, you know, he could have gotten an Academy Award, because he was so believable, you know, sending me pictures. We hadn't talked on the phone, red flag. And it was around the time that I was going to be coming out there, we kind of got into maybe a little bit of an argument where I was standing my ground, because he wanted me to, you know, to do transactions on for Bitcoin, and that's another red flag. And I was, you know, kind of putting my foot down. I had some boundaries, which he took it as I was hurting him, and you know, and you know, talked that off as the first time I heard him. And then, you know, and then the next morning, he's like, you know, because of what happened, you know, I've got to go to Australia. So-and-so called me and wants me to come to meet with him for a job in Australia. And so in the morning, we kind of cleared things up. I didn't like how he chalked it up as like, you know, the first time I heard him. And the second time I heard him was, he was in Australia. He was working. We were kind of working on things to, you know, to not, you know, be in you know, to kind of get back to the way we were, because we really hit it off. In fact, before I became his girlfriend, I was really digging him as like, kind of like a best friend, because I don't have any friends. And it was really, really nice, you know, and sex wasn't really involved, you know, just a few times in the few months that we dated. It was hot though. It was, I was like, oh, I'm going to enjoy meeting him. So, hold on. I'm almost at 10 minutes, so I'll go on to part 41. But anyways, I'll never forget, I was just, you know, a lot of people know me. I'm very playful. I'm very fun. I make jokes, and I had saw that soccer player, Cristiano Ronaldo or something like that. And I did a video